There are fundamental shots that all pros hit, and there are also non-fundamental shots that are unique to some pros.
Today we were talking about those unique non-fundamental shots. These are newer shots, kind of, that we're going to be sharing with you today.
Let's get into it.
This unique shot, you've probably seen it around. It's been called the Kyle Yates. It's also been called the pretzel, but a lot of pros are trying this shot out. It's where it looks like we're gonna hit a backhand, but then we change to hit a forehand. So there's a couple things you wanna do when you're hitting this shot. You don't want the ball to get too far behind you. You wanna be kind of slightly in front of the ball, and then as you're coming down with your backhand, that's when you're turning to hit a forehand, and you're brushing from the left to the right. And you wanna finish out towards your target. This is gonna allow you to not hit too much spin on the ball. Keep in mind, you're not just hitting this shot to look cool, but you're hitting the shot to deceive your opponent. So the person down the line, you're trying to deceive them by continuing to hit this cross-court shot. So not only they think that you're hitting the down line, but one thing you wanna do is you wanna almost deceive yourself so that it actually looks like you're gonna be hitting a backhand. You're holding that as long as you can, trick yourself, and then hit that shot down the line. Now that the spin serve is dead in 2023, we're looking to hit as much power as we can on the serve. Now keep in mind, one thing we do when we're hitting our serves really hard is we assess our opponents. So if we have an opponent that's handling our serve really well, we're not getting cheap points, we'll dial it back a little bit, we won't go for as much. So me and Elisha use different techniques. I do a little bit of a stutter step. He does like a 3-step process. We're gonna show both of our versions to you. So my version here, I start just a couple feet back from the line, and I step up and then hit. And I let my weight bring myself into the court. This gives me a little more power. So I'll show that here one more time. I'm back here and I'm going up, and then I'm coming through it. Notice I'm really rotating my hips through on the serve. That's where I get a lot of that power and the forward movement.
Right. So we have a unique way of doing it, and in my case, I like the 3-step process. So as a lefty, I'm gonna step with my left foot first, then right foot, and then transfer my weight. As a righty, you would step with your right, then left, and then transfer my weight. But if I do it quickly and I transfer my weight, I can hit a very solid serve into the court by using my weight transfer into the court.
Inside out, southpaw. Few side outs.
You might have seen Zane and some of these other pros hit this kind of tomahawk shot where it's on our the non-dominant side, and they come across and they hit basically a forehand on that backhand side. In the same way, we can take a forehand on a popped up on our non-dominant side and be aggressive over our head instead of hitting a backhand smash that you see typical pros do. So if you want to be unique and you want to try this, you can gain the power of a forehand smash on your non-dominant side by arcing your back just a little bit, get it over here, and being able to pronate like a forehand smash instead of doing the opposite way of a backhand smash that you get less power.
Real quick, there's still 83% of you who are not subscribed to the channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. All right, this next unique shot is something that we see some of the pros hit. I hit this shot myself, and it's with the drop. Keep in mind, this is not a fundamental way to hit this, but our focus is to hit the ball as clean as we can with the drop at all times. So sometimes we get pushed back, and again, I always talk about you want to move forward when you're hitting a drop, but when you get pushed back and you're kind of stuck with the ball already behind you, what I'll do to maintain balance is my shoulder's already back, my paddle's back, so in order to keep balance, I'll lift my left leg. This allows me to keep balance. Instead of keeping that here, if you're out on the court, give this a try. Try to stay balanced when you're back like this. It feels awkward. So what I do is I'll be leaning back off of this foot, and again, you'll see some of the pros. We'll show some clips of the pros hitting like this. This gives you a little bit of extra balance in those shots when you're already pushed back. Again, this is not something you want to do just normally, but something to try if you get in trouble and you're struggling when you're moving back in the court hitting a drop. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks to Engage for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the link in the description if you want 20% off any Engage paddle.